What is FOMO? FOMO is the fear of missing out. And you probably have experienced that a lot with social media, a lot with Bitcoin, and just your everyday trading when you see a big move. This is something that a lot of traders struggle with. It's an emotion that maybe you can't identify very quickly, but the quicker you can identify it, the better, because then you can go ahead and put some coping strategies in place to help you and prevent you from engaging in that FOMO. And this is something, I'll give you guys a story of the FOMO that I'm experiencing even as a trader who's been doing this for 9 years. The FOMO that I experienced just this past week was I'm trading on the 4-hour time frame. I have to wait a lot longer for my setups. I have only placed 3 to 4 trades and we're already in March. So if you can imagine the time in between these trades, waiting for these setups, it's very far and few between. Cut. Hi guys, Tori here, interrupting Tori in my own video. I wanted to talk to you guys about Apex. If you are a trader looking for capital, Apex Trader allows anywhere between 25 to 300K accounts. If you pass their evaluation, you can become a funded trader. Don't forget to enter code Tori for the best possible promotion. I missed some moves, and that, as a swing trader, is a very frustrating thing because you have to wait so long for these moves. And the fact that I missed them made me really frustrated. And the fact that I hadn't traded for most of March also made me very frustrated. And the fact that I saw these big moves happening as I missed them. Now we're getting some FOMO, we're getting some traction here, and the feelings are not good. And the result of this is taking bad entries, getting in too late, making mistakes in your trading. There are a lot of things that FOMO can cause in trading. So the faster we can identify that feeling, the better. Let's figure out, first of all, how we can identify that. If we're getting into a trade and it is not according to the strategy, your entry is too far away, it's already past your entry, let's not trade. Let's pass up on that trade. If you are making decisions too quickly and you're leaving room for mistakes, let's not trade. Let's take a step back. So these are just some things to identify. Okay, here's the FOMO. If you are on social media and you're reading that Bitcoin is literally at 70,000 again already, okay, that's what I see here on my screen. All right. And you're wanting to buy in, do not take that trade. You cannot act on the FOMO. So just identifying it and feeling it. Let it happen, feel it, because it's natural. It is human nature. We get these emotions for a reason. Feel it, sit in it, wrestle with it, but do not act on it. So this is the biggest thing traders can do is do not act on the FOMO. Sit in it, feel it, marinate in it, if you will, but just do not act on it. So going back to the story that I was talking about, where I was getting FOMO. With all of the factors that came into play, the fact that I missed the move, the fact that I'm in a 4-hour time frame and I have to wait so long for these moves to happen, and the fact that I hadn't traded for most of March, a lot of emotions were coming up. And one of those was FOMO. And what I wanted to do and what I was very aware of is I can feel this sense of urgency to trade. I can feel myself wanting to take a position even though the move has already happened. So it would be a late entry. But I was very aware of all these emotions. I knew exactly how I was feeling and I knew it wasn't correct thinking. So if you can identify those emotions as soon as possible, that's only going to set you up for success. So if you can identify those emotions, that's going to be step 1. Identify them, feel them, sit in them. But now let's come up with some coping strategies. Okay, do we need to separate ourselves from the market or from social media? What's creating this FOMO or this hype that's making us want to get in? Are we watching candles, green candles just continue, and it's making us feel strange and we want to get in even though it's a late entry? Let's close the screen. So these are just some things to identify. The emotions are first. You need to identify the emotions first. The second thing is putting some coping strategies into place. Let's close the screen. Let's separate ourselves from the markets or the charts or social media, whichever is creating that FOMO, and then come back with a clearer mind.